Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where expectations often govern our lives. From the moment we wake up to the moment we lay our heads down to rest, expectations are a constant presence. We expect the sun to rise, we expect the bus to be on time, and we expect others to treat us in a certain way. But today I want to share a transformative perspective with you, a perspective that can change the way you experience life. Today I invite you to embrace the idea of never expect from others. Why, you may ask, should we abandon our expectations? After all, aren't expectations just a natural part of human interactions? Yes, they are. But they are also the root cause of much of our disappointment, frustration, and unhappiness. When we expect, we set ourselves up for a reality that may never come to pass. We place our happiness in the hands of others, relinquishing control over our own emotional well-being. Let's delve deeper into this idea. Imagine you are holding a beautiful glass vase. This vase represents your happiness, your inner peace, and your sense of self-worth. Now imagine handing this delicate vase to someone else, entrusting them with its safety. You hope they will hold it carefully, protect it, and cherish it as you would. But what happens if they drop it? What happens if they are careless, or if they simply don't value it as much as you do? The vase shatters, and with it, your happiness. This is what we do every time we place our expectations on others. We hand over our emotional well-being, our sense of self, to someone else. And when they don't meet our expectations, whether intentionally or unintentionally, we feel hurt, disappointed, and betrayed. But here is the empowering truth: you have the power to keep that vase safe. You have the power to hold on to your happiness, your peace, and your self-worth. You don't need to hand it over to anyone else. By letting go of expectations, you reclaim your power. You become the master of your own emotional landscape. Now, I can already hear some of you thinking, but if I don't expect anything from others, how will I have meaningful relationships? How will I communicate my needs? It's important to understand that letting go of expectations doesn't mean abandoning your needs or desires. It means approaching your relationships from a place of inner strength and self-reliance. When you let go of expectations, you free yourself from the burden of disappointment. You start to interact with others from a place of genuine connection and understanding, rather than from a place of neediness or dependency. You begin to appreciate people for who they are, not for what they can do for you. Let's consider a simple example. Imagine you are planning a surprise birthday party for a close friend. You go out of your way to make it perfect. You buy their favorite cake, you invite all their friends, and you decorate the place beautifully. On the day of the party, your friend arrives, and while they appreciate the effort, they seem distracted and not as excited as you had hoped. If you were expecting a certain reaction, you might feel hurt or disappointed. You might think, after all this effort, this is the thanks I get. But if you let go of expectations, you can see the situation differently. You can appreciate that your friend has other things on their mind. You can find joy in the act of giving rather than in the reaction you receive. You can maintain your inner peace, knowing that your happiness is not dependent on their response. This shift in perspective is incredibly liberating. It allows you to approach life with a sense of curiosity and openness. You start to see each interaction as a unique experience, not as a transaction that must meet certain criteria. You become more resilient, more compassionate, and more at peace with yourself and the world around you. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate this mindset is through self-love. When you truly love and value yourself, you no longer need external validation to feel worthy. You recognize that your worth is inherent, not dependent on others' opinions or actions. You become your own source of happiness, drawing from the well of self-love that never runs dry. To practice self-love, start by being kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer to a dear friend. Acknowledge your strengths and accomplishments and forgive yourself for your mistakes. Remember that you are a work in progress, and that growth is a lifelong journey. Another important aspect of self-love is setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries are not about shutting others out, they are about protecting your own well-being. When you set clear boundaries, you communicate your needs and limits to others. This not only helps you maintain your own peace of mind, but it also fosters healthier, more respectful relationships. Letting go of expectations also involves embracing the present moment. Often, our expectations are tied to future outcomes, how we want things to be, or how we think they should be. This focus on the future can distract us from the beauty and richness of the present moment. By letting go of these future-oriented expectations, we can fully immerse ourselves in the here and now. We can savor the experiences we are having, without being preoccupied with how they measure up to our preconceived notions. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for cultivating this present moment awareness. When we practice mindfulness, we train our minds to focus on the present, to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This helps us to let go of the constant stream of expectations that can cloud our perception and cause us stress. Through mindfulness, we learn to appreciate each moment for what it is rather than what we think it should be. Gratitude is another key practice in letting go of expectations. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we shift our attention away from what we feel is lacking. Gratitude allows us to see the abundance in our lives, to appreciate the small joys and blessings that we might otherwise overlook. By cultivating a grateful heart, we open ourselves to the fullness of life without the need for it to conform to our expectations. It is also important to recognize that letting go of expectations does not mean becoming passive or indifferent. It does not mean that we should stop caring or striving for our goals. Rather, it means approaching our aspirations with a sense of flexibility and openness. It means being willing to adapt and adjust, rather than rigidly holding on to a specific outcome. For example, if you have a goal to start your own business, letting go of expectations doesn't mean giving up on your dream. It means being open to the journey, to the lessons and opportunities that come along the way. It means being resilient in the face of setbacks and finding joy in the process, not just the end result. By letting go of expectations, we also create space for miracles. When we are not fixated on a specific outcome, we become open to the unexpected blessings that life has to offer. We start to see opportunities and possibilities that we might have missed if we were too focused on our expectations. We allow life to surprise us, to unfold in ways that are often more beautiful and fulfilling than we could have imagined. This doesn't mean that life will always be easy or that we won't face challenges. But it does mean that we can approach these challenges with a sense of trust and confidence. We can trust that we have the inner resources to handle whatever comes our way. We can trust that even in the midst of difficulties, there is always something to be grateful for, something to learn, and something to cherish. As we move forward with this mindset, we start to radiate a different kind of energy. We become more positive, more resilient, and more compassionate. We become a source of inspiration and strength for others. By letting go of our expectations, we create a ripple effect, encouraging those around us to do the same. Imagine a world where everyone approached life with this mindset. A world where people are not weighed down by unmet expectations, but are instead uplifted by a sense of inner peace and self-reliance. A world where relationships are built on genuine connection and mutual respect, rather than on a need for validation or approval. This is the kind of world we can create, one person at a time, by choosing to let go of our expectations and embrace the power within. As you begin this journey of letting go of expectations, you might encounter resistance, both from within and from the world around you. Change can be challenging, especially when it involves altering deeply ingrained patterns of thought and behavior. But remember, every step you take towards this new way of being is a step towards greater freedom and happiness. Start small. Begin by identifying one or two areas in your life where expectations are causing you stress or disappointment. It could be in your relationships, your career, or even in how you view yourself. Reflect on these expectations and consider how they are affecting your emotional well-being. Ask yourself if they are realistic, fair, and whether they truly serve your highest good. Once you have identified these expectations, make a conscious decision to let them go. This doesn't mean ignoring your needs or desires, it means shifting your focus from external outcomes to internal peace. Remind yourself that your happiness does not depend on these expectations being met. Instead, focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions. Practice patience and self-compassion during this process. Change takes time, and you might find yourself slipping back into old habits. When this happens, gently remind yourself of your commitment to let go of expectations. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep moving forward with a sense of kindness towards yourself. As you cultivate this new mindset, you may start to notice changes in your interactions with others. Without the weight of expectations, your relationships can become more authentic and fulfilling. You might find yourself more open to understanding others' perspectives, more willing to forgive, and more capable of appreciating people for who they truly are. This shift can also have a profound impact on your personal growth. When you are not tied to specific outcomes, you become more open to learning and growth. You start to see challenges as opportunities for development rather than as obstacles to your happiness. You become more resilient, more adaptable, and more capable of navigating the ups and downs of life with grace and ease. In your professional life, letting go of expectations can lead to greater creativity and innovation. When you are not fixated on a particular result, you are free to explore new ideas, take risks, and embrace opportunities that you might have otherwise overlooked. You become more focused on the journey, on the process of creating and achieving, rather than on the end result. This mindset can also enhance your overall well-being. Studies have shown that people who practice mindfulness and gratitude, who let go of rigid expectations, experience lower levels of stress and greater levels of happiness and satisfaction. By letting go of expectations, you free yourself from the constant pressure to meet external standards, allowing yourself to find joy in the present moment. Letting go of expectations also opens the door to deeper self-discovery. When you are not constantly looking to others for validation or approval, you start to look within. You begin to explore your own values, passions, and strengths. You start to build a life that is truly aligned with who you are, rather than with who you think you should be. This journey of self-discovery can be incredibly rewarding. As you connect more deeply with yourself, you start to find a sense of purpose and direction that is uniquely your own. You start to live a life that is rich with meaning, guided by your own inner wisdom and intuition. Remember, you are the architect of your own life. You have the power to create a reality that reflects your deepest values and desires. By letting go of expectations, you free yourself to live in a way that is authentic, joyful, and deeply fulfilling. As you continue to integrate these principles into your life, you may notice a profound shift in your overall outlook. The decision to let go of expectations and focus on your inner strength can create a ripple effect, influencing every aspect of your life. In your personal relationships, this shift can lead to deeper, more authentic connections. Without the burden of expectations, you can engage with others more freely, appreciating them for who they are rather than for how well they meet your preconceived standards. This acceptance fosters mutual respect and understanding, allowing love and friendship to flourish naturally. Imagine a conversation with a loved one where you release all expectations. Instead of hoping for a specific response, you listen with genuine interest and empathy. You are present, fully engaged, and open to whatever unfolds. This creates a space where both of you can express yourselves honestly and vulnerably, strengthening your bond and deepening your connection. In your professional life, embracing this mindset can enhance your creativity and productivity. When you are not fixated on specific outcomes, you can approach your work with a sense of curiosity and exploration. You become more willing to experiment, to take risks, and to innovate. This openness can lead to unexpected breakthroughs and new opportunities. Consider a project at work that you have been diligently working on. Instead of being tied to a particular result, allow yourself to be open to different possibilities. Trust in your skills and intuition, and approach the project with a sense of playfulness and creativity. You may find that this openness leads to solutions and ideas that you had not previously considered, ultimately enhancing the quality and impact of your work. In your personal growth journey, letting go of expectations can lead to a deeper understanding of yourself. As you release the need for external validation, you start to tune into your own inner voice. You begin to discover what truly matters to you, what brings you joy, and what aligns with your values and passions. This self-awareness is a powerful tool for creating a life that is authentic and fulfilling. Take time for self-reflection. Engage in practices that help you connect with your inner self, such as journaling, meditation, or spending time in nature. Ask yourself questions that probe deeper into your desires and aspirations. What are you passionate about? What brings you a sense of purpose? What values do you hold dear? Allow these insights to guide your decisions and actions, creating a life that is true to who you are. As you navigate this journey, it's important to practice self-compassion. Change is not always easy, and there will be moments when you fall back into old patterns of expectation. When this happens, be gentle with yourself. Recognize that this is a process, and that each step, no matter how small, is a step towards greater freedom and happiness. Celebrate your progress and keep moving forward with kindness and patience. In addition to self-compassion, surround yourself with a supportive community. Seek out individuals who resonate with your values and who encourage your growth. Share your journey with them and support each other in letting go of expectations and embracing the present moment. Together, you can create a network of encouragement and inspiration, fostering a collective sense of empowerment and well-being. Letting go of expectations also involves embracing the unknown. Life is full of uncertainties, and trying to control every aspect can lead to unnecessary stress and anxiety. By accepting the inherent unpredictability of life, you open yourself to the possibility of growth and transformation. You become more adaptable, more resilient, and more capable of finding joy in the midst of change. Embrace the unknown with a sense of adventure. Approach each day with curiosity and openness, trusting that whatever comes your way, you have the strength and wisdom to handle it. See challenges as opportunities for growth, and trust that even in the midst of difficulties, there are lessons to be learned and blessings to be found. One of the most profound benefits of letting go of expectations is the sense of inner peace it brings. When you are not constantly striving to meet external standards, you can relax into the present moment. You start to appreciate the simple joys of life, finding beauty and contentment in everyday experiences. This inner peace radiates outward, influencing your interactions and creating a positive impact on those around you. Imagine waking up each morning with a sense of calm and gratitude. You greet the day with an open heart, ready to embrace whatever comes your way. You find joy in the little things: a warm cup of coffee, the sound of birds singing, the smile of a loved one. This appreciation for the present moment creates a foundation of peace and happiness that sustains you throughout the day. I invite you to take these principles and integrate them into your daily life. Reflect on the areas where expectations are causing you stress or disappointment, and consider how you can begin to let them go. Practice self-love, mindfulness, and gratitude, and trust in your own strength and resilience. Remember that you are the master of your own happiness. By letting go of expectations, you reclaim your power and create a life that is rich with meaning, joy, and fulfillment. Embrace the journey of self-discovery and trust that you have everything you need within you to create a life that is truly your own. As you move forward, carry this message with you. Let it guide you in your interactions, your decisions, and your everyday life. Trust in your own inner wisdom and embrace the beauty of the present moment. Thank you for being a part of this journey. May you find the courage to let go of expectations, the wisdom to embrace the present moment, and the strength to create a life that is rich with meaning and joy.